My company is Crystal Edge. Before we start painting that new gamer screen paint, I can't wait to get started on that. But something just dawned on me a few minutes ago. I was thinking, this individual by the name of Crow1176 that refuses to back up his products at the end of the day, like I said, he refuses to back up his products, and it's pretty a shame that basically he does this to his customers. So this is a fellow by the name of Fernando Gonzalez, who basically has a YouTube channel by Crow1176. We've given him multiple challenges to be able to prove that his product at the end of the day wasn't just basic house paint. And the reason how we came to this theory that his product is house paint is because of a video that we have of this individual making a product out of black and white house paint. So if I were to make a label, one that you basically put your name on it, keep in mind you did put your name on this label, and we were to start marketing your product as a house paint mix, could you back it up and show at the end of the day that your product is not a house paint mix against this product? We gave you the ingredients 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very simple. Let's go find that video real quick so I can show you what we're talking about here. So this is a video that we have showing Crow making its product with a house paint mix. So I'll show you the demonstration right from here. Now keep in mind, we gave him plenty of time to explain himself. I bought several of his mixes, which I paid out of my own pocket. Got it down here, did some demonstrations, and found out at the end of the day that it matched a video of him making a black and white screen paint product. So let me go pull this video up right here for you. Matter of fact, we're going to put this whole link in here. This whole link in here that we have in this section we're going to put in the video is basically him making the black and white product, us making the same, using his tutorial video to make 3 different screen paints out of, cost us 40 bucks to make his product. And then over here showing you how we made the mixes. So I'm going to take this out right here. And we're going to pop over here because I got to finish the title on my video because, like I said, they only give you like so many letters to finish it out. I don't know why they do that. It's the weirdest thing ever. So, question, what is the difference between Crow's screen paint mixes and house paint? Screen paint between, okay, question, what's the difference between here's this right here. So I do know in some screen paints there is some form of house paint in it, but how much of it's in there? Like, is it like 1%, 2%, 10%, 50%, or 100% in there? So in this demonstration we have here clearly shows that in the products he's making, there is 100% house paint. Do you know how I could find out? There's a meter that we can pick up that if you drop this in the paint, it'll tell exactly how much of one product sits in there. They use it basically for when companies are shipping out large amounts of paint. They want to make sure what they're getting is actually what they're getting. So they'll drop this meter in this paint and it'll give out a reading of exactly how much of what's in there. I learned this in business when I was doing distributorship contracts. We were shipping over loads of paint overseas. They would do this. They would drop a meter to see if we're cheating them or not. We can do that with your product. I can actually obtain that meter. So your product is, and I feel is 100% house paint. There is nothing in it at all, period, but just house paint. The video we have here, this is the video we're going to show you in a few minutes. This is a video that we've been asking him to back his products up, and he just refuses to do it at all costs. So what we're going to do, as I told you was going to happen, we're going to start launching it today. I got plenty of time in. I got to knock out a gamer screen today. That's pretty easy for me to do. Not a lot of testing on that one. And we're going to start launching you to the blacklist today. I've already been on AVS forums. We had discussions over there about your products over there. And they also feel the same thing too, that a few people have matched your product to everyday primer and it's matched. So there is no difference at all in your product at all whatsoever. You don't have any test demonstrations, nothing at all. Your product is pretty much just basically paint it on a surface, throw it in a dark environment, and just do the ooh-ah feature on a high-end projector. That's all you do. You have no test backing your product to be anything different. House paint does the same thing. Literally, it does. So let's go show you this first so we can show you that we can back up our claim against the individual having this video that somehow went missing off his account. You can't find it. We had several people on the forum sites tried to find it. They couldn't track it down. Here you go. There's the video right there. So in this video clearly shows Fernando Gonzalez, aka Crow1176, making a black and white screen paint product. This is a product that matched 3 screen paints that we purchased from him. Actually 4 now. Cinemax, the Personal Mix, Metallica Mix, and UV Mix. We did a complete reversal on a UV Mix, which means instead of the base starting off white, we started the base off black and still was able to nail the screen perfectly with no problem. With the Metallica Mix, we did 10 tablespoons as an experiment of just black paint, and we were able to produce a screen paint that could do the Metallica Mix and the Personal Mix, about 90% of the Personal Mix, with no problem. On Amazon tablecloth, we were able to match both his screens with no problem. We matched the Cinemax, the Personal Mix, and the Metallica Mix all off a tablecloth. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, we do these tests ourselves. I just did a demonstration actually yesterday with my screen against 4 white certified screens by Elite Screens. We did the black tablecloth, we did the gray tablecloth, which we asked him to do to begin with, and we did black paint against our own screens. He refuses to do any tests whatsoever. Clearly shown at the end of the day that his product is nothing more than just black and white paint. So we are going to take the Cinemax and it will now be converted to the Theater Max, because you can't back your product up at the end of the day. You have not come on YouTube. You're not said, okay, look, I'm going to back this up. I'm going to show where these guys are wrong. I'm going to make these products live so everybody can see what I'm doing. And I have nothing to hide. And I'm going to show you that there's a difference between my product and everyday house paint. You have not done this yet. And we've been giving this individual these tests for him to do since last year. That's how long it's been, since weeks into last year, since this being a new year and all. So this is me making the product right here. I was able to match this to his Personal Mix. Now this is the title of the video right here. He's the only one that calls this paint a mix. No one else calls their paints a mix. Now that is one of the products he's actually selling on his eBay listing right now. He's selling this product that he's actually giving away for free. And this is a product that we purchased that we have downstairs. All right, so this is right here. You guys can check it out for yourself. We just activated that video for you to watch. In the video, you will see me making the paint. The 2 links below, you will see me following the instructions the first time where we made it with the Personal Mix and it matched. In the second video, you will see me matching it against the Personal Mix. We did the Personal Mix, we did the UV Mix, and we did the Metallica Mix. We did all 3 at the table with 1 gallon of paint and about a quart of black paint. Easily. Very easy to do. So like I said, at the end of the day, people understand that at this particular time, even in his description on his website, he said the Frankenstein was his first screen paint. No, Frankenstein wasn't your first screen paint. The first screen paint you made was a Metallica paint, because this is a paint that you were giving away for free. You never gave away the Frankenstein for free. And that was right around the time we bumped into you when you were selling your product. You actually giving your products away for free. Then you started selling them. Then the Frankenstein came into the picture. So you even lied on your website. You lied twice on there, because we also too have a receipt from his website where we purchased a product that doesn't even exist on his site. which is supposed to be a black Frankenstein. He also claimed when he scanned us, he had a black Cinemax. So his guys are full of a lot of interesting things at the end of the day, but he has not backed his products up yet. So since you haven't backed them up, we are going to take your name, your product, attach it to the Digital One site, and we're going to market it as, and it's going to be a free product, as what are we going to call it? Crows House Paint Mix. That's what it's going to be called. Now, mind you, at the end of the day, we didn't touch your name or anything. Well, actually, you don't own the rights to Crow anyway. I checked your copyright. You don't have a copyright on that at all, period. You don't have a copyright on your logo at the end of the day. There's nothing there. But other than that, trying to be respectful, when we came up with the Raven was a joke label. It was designed basically for a tablecloth. We have that tablecloth joke label around here somewhere. We got it around here somewhere. I got to find it. But anyway, in this joke label, oh, here it is, right here. Got it right here. Yeah. Just what I was talking about. Yeah, right there. Black. Frankenstein. Purchased it. Doesn't exist. It was an active shopping cart. An active shopping cart that he had on his website selling a product that he didn't even make, didn't even exist. No videos were underneath of it. Nothing to be found on it. But we paid $85 for a large, just look at large, not quart, large, right there. I don't even know what that even means at the end of the day. But anyway, color black with his face attached right to our receipt. Well, that's going to be a hard one to fight in court, wouldn't it be? Your face is right on the receipt. Ugh. So anyway, we were able to match it to a tablecloth, an Amazon tablecloth. Now, at the end of the day, we have to test our products against all different forms of fabrics. Because at the end of the day, we can working with the company, and they could easily say, hey, look, why should I even buy your black paint? I can do the same thing with a black sheet. I can do it with black fabric. I can do it with black paint. And we have to show the proof that, no, you can't. And we can back that up. So I'm sitting there doing this demonstration on this fabric. I'm thinking, I've never seen him do a demonstration, on fabric. Never. So it popped in my head, what is the difference between his screen paint and an everyday gray bed sheet or a tablecloth or pillow cloth? How close would that come to matching? So I ordered this tablecloth for the table downstairs. It was too short. I wanted to open it up. I said, this looks exactly like his screen paint. This is crazy. I go downstairs. I drape it over some fabric, drape it over a frame, and lo and behold, it matched perfectly. Perfectly to all three of them. The UV mix, not so much. The UV mix is a little darker. Its white levels don't come out so well, but those three came up perfectly. And mind, this is a tablecloth and a pretty big one at that. So we gave him that challenge multiple times. So Crow thought it was funny to go in, and he didn't realize that the tablecloth was a joke. He thought it was funny to take the name Raven, put his name next to it, and call it by his own name. And literally, we have a recording of him in a live stream saying that it's going to be part of his new product line. I was like, buddy boy, that's a joke. That's a joke label. It's to label you as a scammer at the end of the day. You finally went in and changed the listing. So I like to, like I said, when I talk, I like to back everything up. I don't like to be talking for the sake of just talking. So that's why we can back everything up at the end of the day. So let's go over here to the channel. And let's bring up our videos so we can show you that we can back everything up that we're talking about. Because anytime I come on here and I start speaking, I can back it up 100%. All right, so let's go over here to our videos, show you that we recorded everything. Everything that went on, we recorded it. All right, this is where we exposed this website, as this website is a mess. It is an absolute mess in there. But anyway, it's not about that right now. Because usually if someone's scamming somebody, they're not going to take the time to put the detail and time into something. They're going to make a makeshift setup, fast website, something they can pull money in really quick and just basically get over on people at the end of the day. They don't take the time to put the effort into it. I believe, and I say, I don't believe, well, yeah, I can't. I think basically at the end of the day, Partey doesn't know what he's talking about at the end of the day. He don't know what he's talking about. He really don't. I've been in business way longer than him. And I've heard that mumbo jumbo a million times. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't think his intentions are to scam people. I really don't believe that. His intentions are to scam people. I think he has a product that he's trying to separate from Crows. That's what I do believe. That him and Crows products come a little too close to matching. And that's why he has the detail instructions. That's why his paint's a little thinner. He's trying to distance himself from what his product is from him, gives his own ID. But the stuff that he's talking about is complete bullcrap unless he can back it up at the end of the day. That's what my theory is about that. Other than that, Crow's product is a straight up scam from the door because that stuff is matching house paint, tablecloths, all kinds of stuff. It's just matching it. And he refuses to do those tests. So this Partey, he refuses to do them too. Partey, I think, is more on pride at the end of the day because he talked up this system trying to separate himself from Crow, and now he has to back it up at the end of the day. And it's going to be hard for him to do that. If his product matches a tablecloth, that's going to be quite embarrassing. All right, so let's come over here and let's look at let me see. I ain't a big fan. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of the man at all. He got some problems at the end of the day. There's something wrong with him. But I'm not going to accuse him of something that he's not at the end of the day. I seriously don't believe that he made his product to scam people. I think at the end of the day, he really doesn't know what he's talking about. That's what it comes down to. Because when he sat there and said, try to make it like a big thing that projection screens borders were printed on, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, who wouldn't know that from the end of the day? I got cheap screens downstairs at $68 a pop, and they're printed on. They don't put velvet borders on motorized screens. They never do that. So the fact that he made that up like a big thing, no, buddy, no. You're fluffing stuff. That's all you're doing. That's all your product. You shouldn't do that. Let me see what we got here. But I do believe Crow's scamming people at the end of the day. All right, let me see what we got going on here. And this is one of the ones where we caught him in the middle of a live chat. And Crow, this is you. You can't get angry about this. This is you. This is you saying this. No, at the end. When I asked you straight up, hello, can you make these screen paint mixes today back in your product? I asked you crystal clear in a live chat right on your website talking directly to you. And you replied back with a huge no. That's you at the end of the day doing that, denying your customers. It ain't for me, buddy, at the end of the day. It's for you and your customers. So this is right here. This is the label right here. That's the Raven right there. Crow called himself going in and taking the label and keeping it for himself. I'm like, buddy, you don't want to attach yourself to that label. That label marks you as a potential scammer. That's what it does. Marks you as a scammer. And he took the label, put his name on it. And because you put your name on it, like I said, at the end of the day, I was thinking putting your name up. So, nope, that'd be disrespectful. Even though you don't own the rights, you have no copyrights, nothing attached to it at all, period. I could take it from you. But the simple fact, I'm trying to be respectful at the end of the day. So I said, nope, we're not going to do it. I'll call it Raven instead. You did that to yourself. You took that label, you put your name on it, and now we're keeping it. But I tried to explain to you, it's a joke label. I sat right there in a live stream and made the label and was sitting there laughing. I was making saying it's a joke. So you put your name on it. I said, okay, fine. We'll take it. I'll put it back in editing. I'll dress it up a little bit, make it look nice. And I'll basically we'll use it on the new cans. You wanted to go down that road. You cash it, like I said. You want to go down the road? Okay, no problem. So we'll go back and we'll show you where, let me see, in our conversation here, because he'll sit back and I know Crow, he'll sit back and he'll go, no, I never did this, and he put my name on it. Yeah, so I basically went in, put your name on it, then went into your eBay account and I put it on your eBay listing. That's what I did, right? Okay. So we want to know the difference. What is the difference between your product and everyday house paint? There you go, Crow. You don't remember doing that? That's your eBay listing right there. See how the 1.0 is missing? See? You took that label, put your name on it, call yourself being smart and funny, and stuck it on your eBay account like an idiot. And I sat back and told you, I was laughing my head off. I said, hey, buddy, that's a joke label. That label is to represent that you are a scammer at the end of the day, that your customers at the end of the day could basically take a tablecloth and do the same thing with your products and you can't back it up. And you took the same label, put your name on it, and stuck it on your eBay listing. I told you I couldn't make this stuff up if I wanted to. This guy's not that intelligent at the end of the day. The label was to represent you being a scammer. At the end of the day, that's what it represents, you being a scammer. So you took a label, that basically beat your product and display an image that matches your product that's cheaper than your product, and you use that logo to put on your product. Think about that. Not a very intelligent human being at the end of the day, but you can tell by his website's it's a mess at the end of the day. Like I said, he took a joke label. It was a joke. It was made for the Raven, the tablecloth, and we had no intention of using his name, but Crow did us one better. He added his name onto it, so now it's mine. What are you going to do? You put your name on it. No one told you to touch it. That's what happens when you touch stuff that don't belong to you at the end of the day. This is what happens to you. So right here, we have the label. This right here, I'm going to bring it up. This is the original. Well, that's the original right there. Now, the label is copyright-free material, which I went onto a site. I found copyright-free material. That's where we first got it from. This is what we transferred it into, the Raven right here. And I said I couldn't make this stuff up. If I wanted to, I literally couldn't make this stuff up. So he thought the Raven was an actual screen that we made. That's what he thought it was. And we're matching against his product. That's what he thought. So he thought, I'm going to be nasty. I'll take that from them and I'll make it my own there in your face. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It's a joke. Yeah, that was the original label. The original label, and then Crow took it and turned it into this. That bad job at editing too. Your editing skills suck. I hate to say it, but they do. Right here. See where he put his name Crow in there and he took out the 2.0. So I was like, fine. All right, we'll keep it. And we turned into that. Now I'm going to take this out right here, completely out, and I'm going to put down house paint mix because we already have one of these already for the tablecloths. So you did it to yourself. We didn't touch your name. You put your name up there by yourself. So if you go in there ranting and complaining about how this, that, and the other, because you got this Groundhog Day syndrome, where for some reason you don't remember stuff that you do, and I got to keep clicking things so you can remember how things work in the real world, you put your name on it. I got the video testimony to back it up. I even have video testimony of when I was talking to you in one of your chats, when you sat there and said that you're taking the label, you're going to make it part of your product line. I was laughing my head off. I said, oh, go ahead. Please do. Please do. All right, so we're going to go into, let me see where we need to go at for this one. Let me see, because I need to change this one. I sat right there in a live stream and edited, made this label in a live stream, and he took it for his own. All right, so let me go over here. I need to come down from all of this. We need to come out of all of this. What is this? I hate this. I don't know what that is. It keeps popping up. And we don't need all this. My hard drives are good. Let me go over to this option here. So we're going to grab, and it's the same thing we did in whatchamacallit. My stand's crooked. Come on, man. What's with the stand? I don't get it with stand. You can have one wire. It will magnetize to your stand. This is my whole collection of pictures, whatever I need. Blah, 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 blah. Stuff that we made down through time. I need the artwork for that label right there. We even have in here messages from Crow. Did you know that? We got text messages, all this stuff that's sent to the attorneys, emails, all kinds of stuff are in here about him. We got stuff in here on everybody. He's done dumb stuff at the end of the day. Let me see. We need, where's it at? There it is, Raven. There we go. That's a photo right there. All right, I'm going to change this out. I want to change out. This is the one we did right here. This is his. This is ours we just did. I need to go in. I need to get a copy of that. View that one right there. We are going to come in and edit our label. So you know this has happened. This is why I'm recording it. Like I did with the label, and I told you don't touch it. It's a joke label at the end of the day. You thought I said don't touch it because it was something serious. No. Nothing serious at all. We need to take out this. We're going to take the whole thing out. We don't need none of that. So you have to back your product up, buddy boy, and you have not been backing your product up. I don't care if you don't back it up to me. At the end of the day, you need to prove it to your customers. At the end of the day, your product is supposed to be what it's supposed to be. At the end of the day, we gave you multiple opportunities to go in and do what you're supposed to do, and you haven't done it yet. And the reason why is because, like I said, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it because you know it's going to match your product 100%. So we made your product. We used your tutorial video to make the product. And keep in mind, can't sue over that because that's a video tutorial that you put out there for free for everybody to make that product. So at the end of the day, somebody could do the exact same thing we're doing and they could basically duplicate your product now and sell it for cheaper than what you're selling it for and make a profit off of it. Now you can sit there and say, well, they can do the same thing. Yeah, good luck on that one. Good luck on that one. The tests we do haven't been matched yet. We got certified technology, can't even match our technology. So good luck with that. And we can back that up 100%. As a matter of fact, I got tests to do today on all 20 of them against that new gamer paint we just developed yesterday. So I don't see you doing any of those tests at all, period. And some people don't even understand the function of white light. It's actually a little complicated. Just because we make it in no time at all doesn't mean it's not complicated. It's very difficult to get a black screen to read white light. And then you're going to do all those tests against blacker screens and other dark screens. And it's the same test too. And on top of that, even make it even interesting, that means your white levels can't be too high, but they can't be too dark at the same time. But your contrast has to be black at all times in order to produce perfect contrast. But then when it comes to color, you have to maintain white levels and black levels at the same time for color. Yeah, good luck. I've seen your black screen paint mixes. They're trash. All right. Let's go in and let's get what are we gonna call this? We need to put in a text right here. I'm gonna take this one out. It's just 2. That's perfect right there. I wonder if they have it. Let me see. I'm going to say actually 2 words to you, actually 1. Rosewood. You know what that means, don't you? Good. We'll find it. I want a duplicate match of it. We don't have it here, but I know exactly where I can get it from. Until then, we use this for time being. We'll take, I like George better. There we go. George's, I like that one better. All right, we're going to call this. Well, we already have your name, Crow. We don't need to touch that, so we need to repeat that. But we can put in house paint mix. Because at the end of the day, your product is matching house paint. It is. It's seriously matching house paint. Right now, from Sherwin-Williams, I just ordered gray and gray primer. It's going to be nothing in it at all. If I put that product next to your screen paints and I walk back 13 feet and that thing does not show me a difference between night and day, that's even a bigger point, a flat red flag against you. Because at the end of the day, who's to say that, he gets to a point where he starts selling you nothing but gray primer? How can you tell the difference at the end of the day? How do you know the difference between his product and black and white paint at the end of the day? Can't match against a tablecloth because that's what we do over here all day long. Can't match against black paint because that's what we do over here on our products. So what happens if you take everyday gray paint and you basically draw into a screen? Are you going to really see a massive difference? You're not going to see a massive difference at all. At the end of the day, you got house paint. All right, we want to save this right here. 2.0. Here we go. I got a printer. I got to print a label out for this one. I got to label it. Which one I think I got over here to print this out for this. I think that it counts on the other one. Honestly, I think this one out. Why is stuff is so stiff? And this is the what you call paper. This is that's what I use. So at the end of the day, what you need to do is we need to know the difference. What is the difference between your product and house paint? Is there a difference between your product and everyday house paint? What's the difference? I get asked those questions all the time when it comes to my products. What is the difference between your black screens and everyday black paint? What's the difference between your product and black fabric? We get asked that all the time. All the time. That's why we have the demonstrations to back our products up. We get that from people who say, oh, but a white screen will produce a higher white level. To a certain degree. A white screen will produce a higher white level over a gray screen. It's white. It's bone white. But our screens can blend into white screens to a certain degree. Now, come off looking as dark as they're claiming to look at. Nah, no, not going to happen at the end of the day. And we produce better color and contrast, something you can't get from a white screen. If that was the case and the white screen was so great, then white screens would be the most expensive screen to get on the market, and they're not. They're the cheapest, they're the bottom dollar, the low of the low. That's what they are. White screens have been around since the solid era of 1920s. Think about it. But it's a fantastic screen. No, it's not. All right, we got that in, right? Okay, that's cool. I just activated. We need to, I'm gonna print a bunch of these out. I need these on, let me see. I saved this to what folder? Make sure I got this saved to the right folder. All right, here we go. I need to save as. We need to add it to the Raven folder, so it has to be here. We're gonna put this down as house paint mix. So like I said, we had the ingredients. We know how to make it at the end of the day. We use your tutorial video, how to make it at the end of the day. If we are lying and this is not true, then you do the demonstration to back it up. I'm not giving you any more challenges anymore. Your last challenge was yesterday. That's the end of it. So now we have this new product and we'll just post the ingredients as we've been doing. And you can sit there and say, oh, it's not my ingredients. And guess what? Talk is cheap, buddy. Back it up. It's like me coming there saying, oh, my product doesn't match black paint at the end of the day, and I don't back it up. That's bullcrap. Who the freak's gonna believe that nonsense? I wouldn't even believe that nonsense at the end of the day. If there was another person like me and I was developing something else and they basically had a black paint, I'm like, that's black paint at the end of the day. That's gotta be. There's no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world he's gonna be to come on there and say, no, I'm definitely, you have my word. This is not black paint. It's everyday high performance ambient light rejection technology. And I'm not believing that crap at the end of the day. He's got to show me. I got to see this. That's the same thing that goes in my head all day long when I'm making a product. I think about the customer. How does the customer perceive my technology? They want proof. They want evidence. That's what they want. That's why I can go out there and do live streams and just throw my screens up there because my stuff has been tested. That's where that confident level comes in. I know how it's going to work. I know it's going to react. We tested it already. You don't test your stuff, so that's why you're afraid to do those demonstrations. Now, keep in mind, when he does these demonstrations, he's going to have to make each one of those screen paints live on camera for everybody to see. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's what you're going to have to make. You're going to have to do it live so everybody can see what you're making. Everybody has a copy of the ingredients. They know what goes into it. You have to announce how much you're putting in for each one so everybody knows what you're doing. Why you won't do this is because you can't do this behind closed doors. You can't sneak. There's no way to find a way to get out of this situation. There's no way out. You're backed into a corner. A better way to put it, you've painted yourself into a corner. Ah, that was better. That was clever. I was clever, Ken. I was really clever. I have my good days. I have my good days. I have my good days. Now, when I get done giving you this, I got to go paint a screen on a 126-inch screen. I got to throw it up against the wall, sit it in the max out room, and I got to knock out 20 sample sheets from the door. I want the gamer to be a little different. I want to have a little higher rank. So we're going to do something crazy with this one. 20 samples from the door on this technology. And at the end of the day, you're fighting with black and white paint and a tablecloth. You just think about that for a minute. Process that one. Crow's house paint. mix. It's interesting when you called yourself making the 12s, the 17s to 21s. You know how funny that was? You see how my table was still stacked with all those orders of 12s? Ain't nobody believing your crap at the end of the day. You can't even make your own paint right at the end of the day. At that, you can't even spell half the time. The stuff I see on your website, crazy. It would have been different if, say, you just started the website and say the stuff was on there for like about a week. That'd be my bad. That'd be my wrong for doing that. But that stuff has been like that for months. Months it's been like that. For some people saying, oh, you're ranking on him. No, there's spelling checkers. There's all kinds of stuff you can go and you can proof your stuff. Even I make mistakes on my website from time to time. I go in and I proof everything. I had a friend of mine to do it for me. But there's software. There's an easy way to do it where you can just go to your Hotmail account and you could basically go in and copy and paste the entire page, take it over to your Hotmail account, put it in as you're sending the email, and Hotmail will come in and correct all the errors that you have on that particular section. That's how I did mine because I didn't want to pay for the whole spelling check thing. I took the whole page, took it over there, had them do the checking. Now, as long as you know what the proper meaning is, it helps. If you don't, then you got to get somebody else to do it for you. But his page has been like that for months. For months. How many times did I tell him about spelling the word delivered? Okay, that just shows you sheer laziness. You don't want to do it at the end of the day. You don't want to take the time to take your lazy behind over to your computer and fix your spelling mistakes so it doesn't make you like a Neanderthal, like a adolescent Neanderthal at the end of the day. It's not that hard. You take your stuff, you send it over. That's all you got to do. I got to do a page a day on there for the blacklist. And it's easy to do. Copy and paste, send it over there, recorrect it, repaste it, put it back in. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. And I guarantee you, after making the video yesterday about the spelling mistakes, I guarantee they're still there. I guarantee they're still there. If you can't do it, get your wife to do it. Get your son to do it. It's somebody to do it, but it looks horrible at the end of the day. You got two forms of what do you call it? My goodness. The return policies are canceling each other out. One of the policies says if you deliver to the front door, it's yours. Another one says if you open it. You got two policies literally going at the same time. Your customers literally can use that against you on so many levels, it's not even funny. They can label your site. Anyone looking at your site can clearly see it looks like a scam website. It has no freaking design to it. It's just a basic page. When you go on Wix, Wix gives you a basic page to start off with. That's the beginner page. It has nothing, it's just a basic page. It even starts with the intro that comes with the page. The intro that you see in there, that's what comes with the page automatically. That's a basic page. He just took a basic page and he just threw a few things on it, and that was it. That's all he did to it. He didn't do anything to that page. Even your description of your product is weak. It really doesn't explain anything about your product at all, period. We need to fit. I want this in wallet size. That's to be small enough for quart. And we need to do 4 of them for the test. 4. Right there. Print it out. So it's like, man, it's just, man, at the end of the day, like I said, he doesn't do it. The website means everything. Like I said, you have to make it look professional. But at the end of the day, it just shows he don't even care about doing the website. He doesn't care about basically testing his products against black and white paint at the end of the day, or backing his product to a tablecloth. Clearly, he does not care whether or not if his website looks professional or not. It's just something for the time being for him to make a little extra money. I don't know how you're going to do that on the eBay account, because the eBay account is another mess too. That's definitely another mess right there. Here we go. And remember, you put your name there. We didn't put the name there at all. That you did that to yourself at the end of the day. I didn't put your name there. You decided to take the label and use it for yourself, your own personal use. And I told you, don't do it. It's a joke label, and you went right along and did it anyway. So, you know, that's you at the end of the day, buddy. Sat there and told you. Even titled the video. It says it right there. Does Crow1176 know that the Raven is a joke label? Told you it was a joke label. And you still used it on your eBay listing. So, hey, you did it to yourself. This is what happens when you spend all day doing deceitful stuff to people. At the end of the day, you end up biting your own self in the face. Let me go over to, real quick. I need to turn this to the side. I got to call it Dragonfly too to get that sample sheet real quick. What we got for time here? I don't want to go over my time here at all. Let's go over to, there's a whole lot of stuff going on, man. Like I said, his page looks shicey, so I don't know what. And prepare, you're going to see the rants. He goes into the massive rants. We were going to test this product against house paint. We were going to test against house paint, bare silver screen, bullseye primer, just about everything you could possibly think of. And because he knew this was going to come into an effect, he started dropping canceling orders. First thing a scammer does is when they're about to get caught is they start basically dropping orders left and right. And this is what he did. He started canceling orders one after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. Because they know at the end of the day, their product is not going to work. They talk a whole lot of trash on camera while they're showing off their products. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to real testing, as long as the product is within their area, that is when it's being tested with a high-end projector in a comfortable environment that they're familiar with. This is when I'm pretty sure that they're probably telling their customers to do the exact same thing. Like that one guy, I thought literally was his video. At the end of the day, it turned out to be a customer's video. That room was literally that dark that I mistaken it for Crow's video. So I'm pretty sure he's telling his customers what videos to use, how to display them. Because at the end of the day, he couldn't put that product anyplace else. It would cancel out. That's why I said at the end of the day, we got so many cancellations from him after he made the agreement, due to the fact that he knew when it got down here, it was going to be in a lot of light. It was going to be used on projectors, not being used with that P2 projector, which he uses as a crutch. And we were going to be matching this product against black and white paint because I sat there and said I was going to do it. And that's why we received all these cancellations from Crow, claiming his product was supposed to be this, that, and the other. Even to the point, it got to the point where he started sending us messages right in with the cancellation as harassment. Hey, Fernando, it's not freaking harassment if you send people an invite to buy from you. Not a freaking harassment. When you send me information to go buy from you, and you send me a link to buy directly from your website, it's not considered to be harassment. You do know that, right? When you send statements like saying, order all you want and be done with confidence, that's not harassment in the day. It became harassment when we basically didn't call your bluff. You thought I wasn't going to type and put my address in there at the end of the day. I told you, we know where you live at. We know where you work at the end of the day. I had an investigator track you down so we can serve you papers. So we know where you live at. You know where I live at. So it's not a big deal for me to go in and put my order. It's like Partey. I put my order in multiple times. You know what, Partey, but he don't want me to know where he lives at the end of the day. But I don't worry about that. We got an investigator. You live right over in Jersey, buddy boy. You ain't hard to find. We found Crow in California. How much easier I'm going to be to find you, to serve you at the end of the day. So no, don't worry about that. So yeah, we called his bluff. He wanted to place the order. I would have given anything to be there when that first order went through. His heart must have dropped to his chest like, oh my goodness, he just placed an order. What am I going to do? And I told you, you had three options. You could cancel. You could sit on the order, which is not going to work because we can just go to PayPal and push it through. Or bottom line is, you can send us a paint. You're not going to send us a paint because at the end of the day, the product is not going to work. And you know it's not going to work because we're going to test it and get it out of that comfortable environment that you're used to being in. And that's after you talked all that trash, just like Partey. He talked trash just like Partey. There's his note right there, telling me to buy what I want. He's a professional, all that stuff. Even sent me a link where we can go order, and that's where he made all the orders, right through his link. Told me to be a man, first time in my life. That's what you said, right? Talked all this trash, and I went in and bought your product multiple times, and you canceled every single order. And then you started crying about it. You started putting messages like over top the message, like harassment. How am I harassing you if you gave me an invite to buy? You told me to buy all I wanted. You told me to be a man for the first time in my life. So I went in and bought what I wanted. And you canceled every single order. And then you started screaming like there are all kinds of weird messages he was popping up there. You're banned. How do you ban somebody when you invited them? That's what they're laughing. All these are posted on the forum site. These are posted on the forum site. People are sharing these. These are on the forum site. So on the forum site, people are like, wait a minute. How the freak is he basically banning you and saying you're harassing him if he sent you an invite to buy? Look at the messages. They're all, yeah, with your face attached to it too. Thank you for putting your face on there. Your face is attached to it. Don't need your business. Have a blessed day. Stay away. Thanks. That's Crow asking us to stop ordering from him. Please stay away. I don't need your business. Here you go. But a few minutes ago, you just sent me a link telling me to go buy from you. Now when I go buy from you, you don't want my money anymore. My money's not worth anything to you. You don't want me. You want to get. You rather keep how much money we sent the Crow. Think about 15 times $85. We sent him quite a lot of money. He gave all that money back. There one time I came and I bought all 4 of his products at the same time. Getting money right back to us. Partey did the same thing too. Partey gave the money back. Like I said, I don't talk trash unless I back it up. You know how it rolls. I'll go. There you go. Just Partey's record right there. That's money sent back to our account from Partey. Every last refund. Refund, 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 refund. Give us back the money. And he sat in his backyard and talked a whole lot of trash about how we're supposed to be afraid of him and how at the end of the day, he tried to get our product and we can't. So I said, look, you got to show me those 2 documents. I got your documents right here. Where's mine? You don't have any documents because you never ordered from us. And if you can't order from us, we can't cancel from you at the end of the day because there's no order there. But I ordered from you 5 times. And every time I ordered from you, I showed the exact same video you was talking trash. And then on my last order, you got scared and pulled your website. First, you closed all your shopping carts and got scared. We had to keep going back in and checking your shopping carts to see when you're opening them up. I even sent you emails. Hey, when are you going to open up your shopping carts so we can go buy from you? No response back. Scared. And then you finally open up a shopping cart. I buy from you. Put the money right back in my account. Partey is more interesting than Crows. Like I said, Partey, we were able to get the same $160 we used to order all 3 of his products. Do you know how fast money has to transfer back into your account to use the same $160 for all 3 orders? All orders were made on the same day, the 4th of January. And then you pulled your page. That sounds like somebody's supposed to be afraid. But okay, let's move on from this. Let's get back to this house painting Crow. Let's get back over here real quick. So I got all you guys on record right over here on my account for me to go back anytime I want to and look at y'all cancellations. That's why at the end of the day, we don't give a crap about what y'all talk about. We don't care. At the end of the day, I got your cancellation. That's all that matters. I got proof that you guys can't back your products up because when it comes to us, you're doing tests and it's doing the real test at the end of the day, it just shows all you guys do is cut corners and scam people. You can't back your products up. There you go. Put your Crow back in. These are Crow's canceled orders right here. That's a lot of canceled orders. A lot of them. So you can't scream harassment. You can't scream none of that stuff if you're telling me to go buy from you. All right. We got to go look at this website again. I got to think for a minute. I got to make sure that my brain is functioning correctly because his website is a lot. Keep in mind, we had this conversation with him yesterday. I've had customers come and say, hey, Ken, you misspelled something. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Go on and fix it. Man, a big deal. Go fix it. This man got so much pride at the end of the day, he would rather sound like an idiot than basically fix his site. Your site is out of control. I wouldn't even go near it with a 10-foot pole. And then when I would slap a credit card in there. At the end of the day, when your customers tell me they bought from that site, I laugh at them. I laugh my head off like, wait a minute. You read through that freaking nonsense and you still slid a credit card through there? Oh, yeah. You're not a smart person at the end of the day. You just bought house paint, my friend. But, you know, if you want to brag about how advanced your technology is, I mean, I got a tablecloth that can beat your screen any day. I only paid $21 for it. I'm just talking to your customers personally. I had these conversations with. They don't finish the conversations after that. That's the end of it. I'm even offered to send it. What's your address? I'll send you the tablecloth. I'll take it out of my own pocket and send it to you. Yeah, okay. There you go. You don't want to do that, do you? Okay, no problem. Now remember, when we go through here, he's very unprofessional. He is going to rant like crazy. And that's usually what he does. We right now, they're starting a whole segment about Crow being very unprofessional business. We have messages from telling us to suck a donkeys, so and so. Just all kinds of profanity and curse words. At the end of the show, this person is very unprofessional. Again, at the end of the day, don't let your personal emotions get involved in business at the end of the day. It's very important you don't do that. And when companies see you reacting that way and doing that way, carrying that kind of profanity over like that, they don't want to do business with you at the end of the day. So be warned, he's going to be a little heated. I think he's more heated because I'm asking him to do these test demonstrations. That's why he's heated. Why would you be heated about that at the end of the day? Why would that bother you? If you're being asked to back up your products, why would that bother you at the end of the day? You know? All right, so let's see if he changed anything in here, if he fixed his site, which I'm hoping he did. At the end of the day, hey, like I said, people make mistakes. They do. I have mistakes on my site that I've had to fix all the time. Well, he's still in here writing stuff. Look what he's writing now. He's writing Crows hybrid mix. You spelled court is not an I. It's a one. What? Here we go again. Dude, you can't insult me if you can't spell. This is sad. You spelled crystal wrong. Crystal isn't spelled that way. Oh my goodness. It's sad when you see somebody trying their hardest to insult you, but at the end of the day, they can't spell at the end of the day. I'm gonna leave that one alone, people. That's just too easy. That's literally just too easy. Let me just explain this to him real quick. This is my website. This is the name of my product. It's Crystal Edge. It's Crystal. You can't spell. That's at the end of the day, if you're going to insult somebody, learn how to spell. What the freak is that? Really? There's no H at all. You can't spell at the end of the day. And I'll tell you why you can't spell. Who spells one quart with an I? Okay. That's a sad individual. He's fighting for attention. You can see, oh, he killed Crystal Edge, something technology killer. Well, the problem you have with that is you're making these statements, but you still haven't backed your product up to black and white paint. What's the difference between your black and white paint? And mind you, this is not just an everyday black and white paint demonstration. This is your black and white paint demonstration at the end of the day. Oh my goodness. The worst one I think is the personal mix. I think no, the Cinemax is the worst one. It has it. Oh, okay, read this mess right here. Now you want to insult me, right? I'm gonna just you can't spell, man. At the end of the day, get a spelling checker. Your site has been like this since last year. What the heck is you spelled court wrong there? The abbreviation for court is not QRT. Again, I don't know what's going on with that. You got one quart covers up 100-inch or 120-inch gray mix. What does that mean at the end of the day? What does one quart covers up 100-inch to 120-inch gray mix? That doesn't make any sense. And then again, you have your return policy is running into whatever this is supposed to be, because this is supposed to be a specification sheet here. Then you should have your summary at the bottom explaining your product. You don't do pictures like that, do you, Crow? Let me see. Let's go over to one of the pages here. See all the pictures here? This is what you don't have on your site. See the difference? That's a 720p projector doing that. You don't have these either. That's outside. You can't do those demonstrations. We have here specification sheet. This is a specification sheet. These are all the tests that we run on the product, information, surfaces, painting information, instructions, and summary at the bottom. This is how it's supposed to be. If you keep out of reach of children, on this side you have your policy for your customers to read through. These are the policies that we have on our website. Everything is out in the open. We have right here our color selection. You do know that product comes in silver for those you don't know. I had somebody come on my channel, oh, but it only comes in black. Is there something wrong with you? Do you know how to use the keyboard at the end of the day? What does that say right there? It says silver, right? Yeah, it comes in silver. It also comes in red, and it comes in gunmetal in black. So it does come in multiple colors for free. That's how that's done. Let's go over here to his site. This is what he has. This is my favorite one of all, mixes. It will give you well-balanced picture from your ultra short throw. I swear, I'm not going to making this up, man, but you definitely sound like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You think I'm joking? Play that back where basically what you call the Dennis who was running for freaking for something running for, and he was writing his speech. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that. But it's hilarious. Come on, man. I've been telling you to change this for the longest time, man. You can't insult someone and you can't spell at the end of the day. At the end of the day, if it's the first time, I've done it before, I've made spelling mistakes, okay? But I know if someone comes up and tells me, hey, look, so-and-so and so-and-so, I'm going to go fix it at the end of the day. I couldn't care less what anyone else thinks as long as I get it fixed at the end of the day. You got this pride thing, man. Pride is a horrible thing to have, man, because pride will basically make your life miserable, boy. It'll make your life absolutely miserable. But look at this, man. You got to fix all this. Have your wife or your kid or somebody, a friend, go through this and proofread your stuff. Even people that are professional writers have someone to proofread their stuff, because even they make mistakes in the day. But this is freaking crazy right here, what you got going on. You got runoffs. You got periods, they're not even here. You got capitals popping up in the middle of sentences. And you got a nerve to basically and try to insult me at the end of the day. None of this makes any sense at all, period. This is my favorite. There's a capital right here. Favorite of all my mixes. It will give you well-balanced picture. Well-balanced pictures. Should be pictures. Well-balanced pictures. From your ultra short throw projector. What about other projectors? What about long throw? What about short throw? What about laser? What about DLP? What about all the different forms of projectors? You don't have any of that on there whatsoever. What is the shelf life of your product? But at the end of the day, if somebody has her 5 years on the shelf, how long is that going to last? Is it weatherproof? What's the lumen count for inside and outside? What's the distance though before the screen starts to deteriorate? How low of a projector can you use inside? And what's the distance though of that? You have nothing in there at all, period. Can you wash off with hot water and soap? There's no cleaning instructions on it. If it washes off with water and soap, do you have anything about what surfaces you can paint it on? Can you use it on stucco? Can you use it on drywall? Can you use it on plaster? Can you use it on PVC? Can you use it on wood? Can you use it on sheet metal? Can you use it on glass? Does the area need to be sanded down? Does it need to be basically primered before you actually apply the surface? What is your application for fabrics? Fabrics are interesting. Some soaking more, some soaking less. You have nothing there at all, period. Not a thing. Not a thing. All you have is, and then you have a runoff here, which your instructions on return policy shoved up underneath this. So basically, it's from here to all you have on here. Like I said, your site looks like a dummy site. It looks like you just got the site to a basic page and just threw stuff on it, and that was it. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what you're selling at the end of the day. I watch you when you do your presentations on your products. You don't know what you're talking about at the end of the day. You really don't. And I can see right here on your website. Now let's read through this real quick. I'm not going to go into this too much. This is my favorite one of all mixes. It will give you a well-balanced picture from your ultra short throw projector. It works best with 2800 lumens and up. Now, you should have a cap there and then leave them alone. Test it with 1080p and 4K. 4K, UCP 4K projectors. You got 4K. Great with some light sources. This is some light. We don't use some light sources. We use everything we can hit our screens with. But again, your product is supposed to be just like ours. One quart covers up 100-inch to 120-inch gray mix. That makes completely no sense whatsoever. And at that, you spelled quart wrong, the abbreviation for quart. What does cover up 100 to 120-inch gray mix? Then at the bottom, you have this shoved up underneath here. Please email me if you have any issues. Remember, there is no returns or refunds once you open the product. I do not know if you tampered with it after you opened it. So make sure if you don't want the product, send it back the same way. It should be send it back the way I shipped it open to you. It should be the same way I shipped it to you, open to you. Okay. Then at the bottom, that's one he has. Then over here, there's some nonsense right here, but we don't care about that. Over here, he has another policy, return. He has two of them. Return and refund policy. Once the product is delivered, you spelled delivered wrong. I can't express that to you how you need to fix that. It's very easy to do. It's a copy and paste fix. If you don't know how to do it, they'll give you the correct spelling of it. Now you're saying that once the product is delivered, no returns, but you have one up here saying that once you open it, there's no returns. So which one is it? Because this seems like the more serious one. If this one is the one where it's no delivered, that means the minute the mailman steps foot on your property, you can't return that item. I don't care if it's leaking or if there's paint coming out of it or whatever, you can't return it over this policy he has right here. But you can fight that because he has a second policy embedded up here. So you can automatically go in and say, look, the site looks sketchy, but I trusted him and so on and so on. Now, at the end of the day, that's your opinion. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. But anyway, let me see. Information right here. Now over here, your site here on your eBay it conflicts with this right here. Because over here on the website, you got US is free right over here. And then you have an overseas $70, it's a surcharge right here. The surcharge will be added right from there. But if you go over to your eBay listing, it pulls up something completely different. Now over here, you have on your eBay listing, let's click on here real quick. On your eBay listing, you have something completely different. You have at the bottom of your eBay listing, you have, let me see. This product is for overseas only. They would save more money coming here. Why would you even go to your website? You go to your website, you get a $70 surcharge. Right here, they would only have to pay $21.20. That's all they would have to pay. Now, last time I was on here was $21.40, but it's $21.20. That's all they would have to pay. So if I'm shopping from overseas, why in the world would I go to your website? You got a $70 surcharge over there. I can go right over to your eBay account and I can get your product from here and I can buy it right from here. Now, unless they're going to contact you and say, hey, look, and you contact like, no, man, that was a big mistake. It's an error. And I said, well, go fix it. Because you got people believing in something that's not true. And you're talking about I'm supposed to be a scammer. At the end of the day, it's like you're scamming people. Because they're going to call you up on this. They're going to contact your email like, hey, look, so and so and so. You're going to come like, no, it's a missed error. Then you need to fix it. They're going to come back in and check. Every time they're going to come back in and check. And then they're going to report your site over to eBay saying that you're scamming people at the end of the day. Yeah, that's what's going to happen to you. Because two things are going to happen to you here. Right here, you're saying that this product is for overseas only, not for US. So your US customers are not touching this with a 10-foot pole. Or maybe they will, I don't know. But your overseas customers are going to basically touch this because the shipping cost for that is only $21.20. Now, you know where he really, I hate to say this word, screws himself on this. This is more of a kind of a freight express shipping. So the average package, like I said before, to ship overseas is like 40, 50, 60 bucks at the most, medium. If you're talking about express, now you're talking about 80, 90, 100 bucks, easy. So you're going to end up paying they're going to look at this. Those who understand, they're going to take this, going to copy and paste this. It's going to show what it means. And they're going to be expecting their package, since they've already paid $21.20 already out of their own pocket. They're going to be expecting that package to reach overseas in this timeline. Now, this would be perfect in the United States, but you got your listing set up for overseas only. So they're going to be expecting for this to come sooner than it usually is supposed to come. And if it doesn't get there in time, they don't have a tracking number, they could file a have not received complaint against you through PayPal. And you're going to, they're going to put your money on hold. In order for you to get that money out of there, you're going to have to ship that package over in that express time, which means that money is going to take all of your $80 from you, which means you will not make a profit at all. You'll end up actually losing money instead of making money out of that one decision. Now, you know why Crow is never going to change that? He'll change anything on his site. You notice right here, he changed this over right from the door. The label's not there anymore. He changed it over after me telling him it's a joke label. He can't change this because I told Crow, if he changes this right here, that means at the end of the day, I'm smarter than him. That's how much of a child is him. You're going to let something like that at the end of the day cost you money because I said I'm smarter than you? That shows you how much of a child he is. Somebody said to me, I laughed, I'm like, who cares at the end of the day? I'm not losing any money over you. I'm going to change this back over, blah, blah, don't care. You, on the other hand, you're a child. You let that bother you. Kids get bothered by stuff like that. Over here, you have two things going on. If you say your screen paints up to 100 to 135, but on your website, you clearly have that your screen paints up to 100 to 120. Which one is it? You got two things going on here. Your product here on this page costs the customers $89.41. On your eBay listing, your product is $80. You're charging more money here. Why is that? That doesn't make any sense. And then on the bottom of your page here, you have no form of shipping information at all, period. There's nothing there. There's no email or nothing. So if the customer comes in, he thinks he's buying 1 quart of Crows Cinemax, but when he looks at the label, he's buying something completely different. So now over here in the label, you have the hybrid mix in your label, and you have the Metallica mix in your label. Where's the hybrid mix? How would he be able to obtain the hybrid mix? There's no email information at the bottom. There's no shipping and return policy. There's nothing there at all, period. This is all you got. And this right here, I couldn't care less about that because at the end of the day, we can display your cancel orders. You can call me a scammer all you want. You can't back your product up to black and white paint and a tablecloth. How many times have I given you that challenge already? We got you posted everywhere now. Just like when I showed you what happened to Partey, today this is what's going to happen to you. Once we launch you onto that search engine optimizer, you're going to pop up just like Partey on Google. You can't back your product up at the end of the day. And that's what this whole topic is about. What is the difference between your product and house paint? I can right now go downstairs and make my 2, 3, 4, and 5, put that into a container, put the ingredients on my digital website, and I can call it this at the end of the day. You know why? Because you put your name there. No one told you to touch this label at the end of the day. I told you it was a joke label. Don't touch it. You put your label on it and put your name on the end of the day. So you did this to yourself. I'm just keeping it just the way it is. I just put a little label at the top. It was mine to begin with. So, you did it to yourself. So can't get mad about that at the end of the day. You did it to yourself, being doing dumb stuff. But at the end of the day, you can't back your product up. So if Crow sends you everyday grade paint, how would you know at the end of the day if you got everyday grade paint or you got his product? How would you know? He can't back it up, so how are you going to be able to back it up? All right, then, that's basically about it. Now, I'm going to go downstairs. I got to do a 20 certified screen demonstration against my products right now. And yeah. Oh, real quick, I want to share this real quick. This is what I found. I honestly literally thought that this was his video. And I'm like, wait a minute, when did he ever change out his, it looks just like his environment. It really does. But it's not, it's actually a customer. And that screen is set in the same dark environment that Crows is set in. Because that's the only way the product is going to work. You can't do that demonstration for the environment. It's not going to pull up. Let's go over here real quick. He's a chatty catty. He's kind of quiet. We all know why it's quiet. He's got to back that product up. If you look at his accounts, he's hiding his accounts. If you go to his eBay listing, it doesn't come up under projection screen paints. It comes up under Crows product, which comes up under Crows paint, which comes under people who are painting pictures of crows. When he does, you go to his YouTube channel. If you click, it'll bring you to a blank page. It says there's no video content. I don't know where he got that idea. All somebody's got to do is just scoot over and just basically just hit the freaking video and everything pops up from there. So I don't know what's going on with that one, but okay. All right, let me see. Where was that at? Was it this one right here? I think it is this one. So I literally thought in the video, I thought this was Crow's setup in here. I'm thinking it's his. And then the guy started talking and he was like, oh yeah, this is my setup and so and so and so. And I'm like, well darn. Your environment looks just like his. I literally thought that was his video at the end of the day, and it wasn't. That is his customer's demonstration. You know what's sad? I can repeat that same demonstration downstairs in the dark on a tablecloth with your products laying against them, all three of them. And that's what I'll be doing today. This LG display you did right here for your customers, I'm going to match it on the tablecloth at 120 inches on the big one. We're going to put that whole big surface and do the exact same demonstration in the dark and show you. At the end of the day, it's going to match all three of his products. We got the personal mix downstairs. You try to change the personal mix to the IB, it's the same thing. It's the exact same paint.
For the paint mix, man, your recommendation is spot on. This, of course, is with the lights off. I want you to see with the lights off first. So it looks amazing. I mean, amazing. The colors pop now.
That's his customer. I literally thought at the end of the day that was his screen. That's his customer. So that's where his customers sit in the dark. Just like him. We're going to do that same demonstration on a tablecloth and match the same thing perfectly with no problem. We'll do that later on the day when I get done with my test. Let me go over to real quick. I'm going to pop over to our front page right here. You don't have any demonstrations. Like I said, you have no big 150-inch screens. No, you got nothing. No 180 inches outside. Nothing. These are my customers' demonstrations. See, all of them got lights on. All my lights on. This is my favorite one. That'll blow your customer's demonstration clean out the water. It'll blow your demonstration out of the water. That's a 19. That's the 19. That's the 21. It's a 20. That's a 19. That's a 19. Yes, it's a 20. It's a 19. Not in the dark. Not sitting there in the dark telling me, oh, Crow, your product is dead on. It's dead on, all right. It's dead on in the dark. That's what it is. Because you can't turn the lights on with that screen. Yeah, that's pathetic, man. That's pathetic. Let's get out of here. I got things to do, man. I got to go make this paint real quick downstairs for to put up on for our ingredients for the Digital One site. We're going to have on the site, and he can get mad all you want. It doesn't make a difference. I gave you plenty of time to back your product up, and I did. I gave you 2 or 3 challenges. We sent you challenges, and to be fair, we went over to his site. I talked to him at the site. I said, look, man, you need to back your product up for your customers. We sent them ingredients. We sent them links to the tablecloths. We sent them everything. And he refused every last one of them. So at the end of the day, ask yourself, what is the difference between Crow's product and black and white paint? Using his tutorial video, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. Like I said, even with the great primer we have coming down here, you won't tell the difference. So right now we're going to be putting up House Paint Projection Screen Mix Crow Cinema 2.1. And that's what he put down here when he called himself taking the label. So guess what? You're on the label now. So you're going to be on the website today. All right, that's basically about it for me. I got work to do. Hold on for a minute. Let me see something real quick. Okay, how are we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal H Technology. That's what I said. I'm not going to explain this. Why are your videos so dark all the time? Why are they so dark all the time? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Oh, good gracious. Every video you do is in the dark with an ultra short throw at that. That's even worse. You're literally kissing your screen with an ultra short throw. Your distant throw is not even there. At 3,000 lumens, you're 2 feet and 2 inches from a screen and you're in the dark. That's sad right there. My projector is 720p and that thing sits back 14 feet and I can swap that out for 1,000 lumens in the environment with no problem back and forth, which I'm planning to do today anyway. We got, matter of fact, I'm gonna run a couple of those tests to do. I'm gonna do the 1,000 lumen too on top of that. Okay, I got to get downstairs. I got a screen to paint. We got new screen paint for the gamer. Boom, 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 boom. Can't wait to get into that already. Dude, gotta go. All right.